DJ Jetta Master, hello, welcome. Java, how's it going? Good to see you.
How's it going?
See y'all here. Having a good day. If not, back, relax. It's gonna become much better in about 3 minutes.
Come on now, try and understand the way I feel when I'm in your hands. Take my hand, come undercover. They can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now, can't hurt you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to lust. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to lust.
How's it going? Good to see you.
Because the night
Here, up here. Good to see you.
have I doubt, baby, when I'm alone. Love is
Hey, Bree.
a telephone.
Long time no
Love is an
see.
angel disguised as lust. Here in our beds till the morning comes. Come on
In like
now,
whole
try
10
and
minutes.
understand the way I feel under your command. Take my hand as the sun descends. They can't touch you now, can't touch you now, can't touch you now. Because the night belongs to lovers. Because the night belongs to lust. Because the night
What time
belongs to
does it start?
lovers. Because the night belongs to lust. Because the night,
I would think soon.
because the night, because the night, because the night belongs to us. With love we sleep, with doubt the vicious circle turns and burns. Without you, oh, I cannot live. Forgive the yearning, burning. I believe it's time to real, to feel. So touch me now, touch me now, touch me now.
All right.
Because the night,
Neptune, you gotta go on up there on there. You can see. Good to see you. Good to see you.
because the night belongs to lovers. Because
Perfect.
belongs to
All right, we are there, everyone. This is the exciting time of the week for all of us. All right, all right. Well, this is the time that we warm up our hearts and emojis for the awesome host. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Tonight Show Starring Sherwin. This is DJ Vaditron having fun with you guys tonight, and warm up those hearts for your host. Let's welcome him. Here's Sherwin.
Yes! What's up? What's up? Hey, JC, how you doing? We got Blade Relic in the house. What's good? Hey, what's up? What's up? How you doing? What's up? Y'all doing over here? Let's see that. You guys, what's good, everywhere? I'm doing meta. That's meta. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you guys so much. Oh my goodness. Well, welcome, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Tonight Show Starring Sherwin. I'm your host, Sherwin, and I'm joined again, of course, by my beautiful and lovely DJ Vaditron. How you doing up there,
Thank you.
DJ? How was your weekend?
Oh, weekend was amazing. I was again in the mountains having fun. The weather was awesome. Unfortunately, well, summer is kind of getting over. It's getting cold. Most of you know I'm from up in Canada, so yeah, it's getting cold up here again. Enjoy it while it lasts. But yeah, it was a fantastic weekend. How about you? How are you doing? How was your week? How you were
You know
busy.
what? I was gonna say I can relate, but I can't relate because y'all, I'm in California and these heat waves are killing us. Okay, but you know what else was hot this weekend, and I'm so grateful was my birthday, y'all. My birthday was last Thursday, and I celebrated with everyone on Friday. I mean, it was just such an amazing time, you guys. We rolled out the red carpet for y'all. Shout out to DJ Vaditron, by the way. He took all the photos. He stepped in, took all the photos for me. I appreciate you so much, DJ. That was
Oh,
very nice of
absolutely.
you. Thank you for
Anytime.
doing that. And shout out to Miss Peeps as well, because Miss Peeps, you guys, designed one of the most amazing worlds I've ever seen. You know, I sent her pictures, and she was a little nervous at first, but look at this build, you guys. Just look how amazing she did, because she really did an amazing job. She came up with everything that I wanted. I wanted water, ponds, waterfalls. She gave me all of it. And shout out to DJ Marcus J, by the way, as well, who DJ'd. Amazing job. And just thank you to Blue Moon and City Girl and Aussie Guy and everybody who helped out from the bottom of my heart. I had an amazing birthday. So thank you guys so much. And you know what else we did this weekend, DJ? You know, we had a lot of stuff
Mm.
going on actually with this man over here, D Nice. Chat to D Nice, you guys. He's been on a roll these past couple of weeks. He did his D Nice appreciation party last week. He just did his fashion show today, an hour ago. I mean, he's been really putting in that work for his collection. And I just want to say, shout out to D Nice. He's been doing it, he's been giving back. And I'm so grateful to know someone like him and just be a part of the cause. So thank you, D Nice. And if y'all didn't see the fashion show, we did record it. It's on Sherwin's Productions YouTube channel, so y'all can check it out. All the amazing looks. Meta, who's in the audience tonight, was rocking her looks. Yes, I just loved it. It was an amazing time. So shout out to everyone who came out.
Beautiful.
And you know,
Mm.
Tuesday nights, of course, I always have to give a shout out to Tuesday Night Turn Up. Now, this Tuesday Night Turn Up was actually a special one because, you know, a shout out to this very special person, Soul G. It was his birthday, y'all. And if you all don't know Soul G, you better know Soul G, because if you're coming to the Tonight Show and you hear my theme song, just know that was written and produced by this legendary producer. So shout out to Soul G. He did an amazing, I mean, just an amazing guy. And I'm so blessed to be able to get to know him and just be able to celebrate his birthday. And shout out to DJ Jedi, by the way, who's also in the audience. You were killing it all night on Tuesday. Amazing job. And he extended it 30 minutes because we just. Thank you, DJ Jedi. You were amazing. Now, I'm so excited for our guests tonight. You know, we have pretty much everyone in VR Forward, and I'm excited to sit down with them and really talk about their events and their accomplishments. So make sure y'all stick around. We're going to have them out in just a minute. But before we bring them out, my favorite parts of the show, y'all, you know, Daily Dish, where I get to dive into some of the topics that are going on in our world and pop culture. And I want to start off with, I don't know if you guys have heard the news, but Chris Rock was actually asked to host the Oscars this year. Now, first of all, we all love Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock. I don't know about y'all, but I love Chris Rock. And we all remember that infamous Oscar slap. You know, I don't want to Oscar. You know, he did decline the offer. But you know, I would probably pick Dave Chappelle. All right, that's my number one choice for Oscar host. You know why? This is why I think Dave Chappelle should be host. Because if Will Smith tries to slap Dave Chappelle's gonna slap his ass right back. Okay? So let's be very clear about Dave Chappelle. All right. Now, speaking of, you know, comedy and comedians, I don't know if y'all heard, but I love Tiffany Haddish. I really love her, and I hate that she's in the news, but you know, when you associate yourself with some trash like Aries Spears, you're bound to be in the news, okay? Because we were just talking about Aries Spears last week about him calling Lizzo the poop emoji, all right? And now you're in the headlines again, Aries, and we got to talk about you. But there was a comedy skit that came out. It was a long time ago. I don't know if you guys saw it. I actually watched it. I was gonna put a video up tonight, and I decided not to because of how disgusting Aries Spears' behavior was on it. Now, the video pretty much was Tiffany Haddish. She's like a mob, and there was like a kid in a bathtub, and Aries Spears is looking through like a magazine with holes in it, like a peeping Tom. It's just really gross. And I know Dina in the audience today. I mean, we have such a low tolerance for child harassment, sexual harassment, child molestation. I mean, it's disgusting. But I'm not surprised because it's Aries Spears. Okay, let's be clear. Because I'm pretty sure he didn't learn his lesson when he saw Michael Jackson's mugshot. All right, let's be clear about that. All right, now I want to talk about another thing that's in the news. Now, Mark Zuckerberg. Now, we all know Mark Zuckerberg, okay? We all have an Oculus. They changed the name. Actually, it's not even an Oculus anymore. It's a Meta Quest. I gotta correct my lingo here, all right? We're wearing Meta Quest tonight, okay? Now, Mark Zuckerberg thinks that he wants to go and defend himself, so he's taking martial arts classes, mixed martial arts. Now, he's doing a pretty good job. I mean, by the pictures, I mean, looks like he's putting in the work. You know, I don't know why he feels like he needs to do mixed martial arts when he probably has bodyguards and security guards. But let's go ahead and take a look at his training. Let's see if he's actually good at what he says he does. Okay. He got that low swing.
Good job.
Okay, not bad. All right, y'all. I mean, by the looks of it, he's putting in the work. I mean, to be honest with you, I kind of want to tell Jaden Smith just a little bit. You better watch out because Mark might be coming for your role in Karate Kid 2. Okay? So let's be very clear about that. Now, that is the end of my daily dish. Thank you guys so much for listening. Y'all know it's one of my favorite parts of the entire show. Now, I am so excited for our guests tonight. All right, they are a very active group here in Altspace. Very amazing, just really down to earth people all together. And so I'm so excited to bring them out. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up. We are forward. Let's bring out Austin, Moira Rose, Honey Ginseng, Nicole, Trippy Hippie, Brenton, Angel Heart, and Moon Hunter. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's get those emojis in the air. Yes, what a fantastic group of people, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm so excited to have you guys. Now, first of all, this is the first time we've had so many of you guys that we had to actually put stools in the back. I don't know if y'all saw we put stools in the back of the show tonight because there's so many of you guys, but we're so happy that all y'all came out. We really are appreciative of that. Now, I want to talk about, first of all, how you guys came together. I love the name VR Forward, Oswin. You got to tell me, because I heard you came up with the name. Tell me how you guys formed in the beginning and how you came up with the name.
Yeah. So actually, many of our founding members were part of another group before VR Forward, part of the Flock, which if you guys haven't been to any of the Flock entertainment shows or events, you have to. I mean, it's awesome. They just did Canada Day. Amazing. But yeah, so a lot of us we came together through the Flock. And there we were doing events, I think, for 4 or 5 months. After a while, for I'm not going to get into reasons and anything, but we just made more sense for us to make 2 different groups, and and that's when we formed VR Forward in March. And I came up with the name. I proposed it to the group. Basically, I just wanted something that that first of all told people we are a VR group, right in the name, so VR.
Right.
And the reason I picked the name Forward, or that it spoke to me, is just because, first of all, we had so much fun doing events and with the Flock, and seeing that potential and how much you can do in VR. It was really exciting to see all the possibilities that you could do in VR. So so that was one of the reasons. Also, it kind of has that optimistic feel to it, optimistic of like, we're moving forward, we're ready to do stuff. And I think too, also, it kind of gives the indirect relation to, we're like a very forward-thinking group in terms of inclusion, and that's one of our main goals as a group, is that we want to create safe spaces that are open to all cultures, all ethnicities, all gender identities or sexualities. That's something that's really important to our group. So yeah, I
That's
pitched it and they're
amazing.
like, yeah.
I love it, and I love the name. I think the name is beautiful, and like you mentioned, some of you guys were already a part of a different group, but some of you guys actually joined a little bit later. Like Angel, for example, you actually joined a little bit later, right? What was it about VR4 that just spoke to you that you wanted to join the group? I mean, was it the events? Was it the camaraderie between the people in the group? What made you want to join VR Forward?
Well, when I was first introduced to it, I thought that it was actually really cool to see a whole group of friends and work together as like a whole group, starting up events, starting up like all sorts of things to make the whole community happier. And part of me kind of just felt like I wanted to try and indulge a little bit inside of it. So that's how I felt like I really wanted to join. And it was actually pretty easy getting in, and I find myself enjoying myself here.
Oh, I love that. And I'm sure the connections you've made being in VR Forward are gonna last forever. I think it's amazing. And just so y'all know, they are really friends, okay? Backstage, they all get along really well. Just so y'all know. Now let's go ahead and just dive right in, because you guys, like you said, have done so many events throughout the years. And one event that you guys have done for a really long time that you've hosted, Oswin, is King of Comedy. And it's actually an ongoing show. You guys are still doing it today. Tell me how you guys came up with that. I know you guys have two different sets. We actually have pictures of both of them. So you made the original set. So let's take a look at the original set. Take a look. Not bad. You know, that's really good, Oswin. I know you were saying earlier that you weren't proud of it, but this looks really, really good. And you know, Honey is an amazing world builder. For those of you guys who don't know, came in and renovated the place, and they ended up with this set, which is outstanding. So tell me about the game, first of all. What is King of Comedy, and why did you guys decide to, you know, level up the production and upgrade the set and everything?
Yeah, so King of Comedy was an idea that actually I remember when we were first forming the flock. We were all brainstorming all these different ideas of different events that we wanted to see in Altspace, and I remember putting like, I want to do a comedy show. Mostly I was getting inspiration by, you know, Jackbox. I love playing Jackbox. If you played Quiplash, oh my gosh, so much fun. That, and then if you've ever seen Jack's films, he has Yai Live, and that is so fun as well. And I want to do some combination of that in Altspace, because it's just so fun to ask questions and see what people come up with. It's amazing what people will come up with. And something to involve the community too. So that's kind of where the idea of King of Comedy got started. But if you haven't been to the show, basically we have contestants come up on the stage. I ask them a question, and then they both answer the question, giving their funniest response. And whoever has the funniest response based on audience vote wins. And whoever gets the most votes out of 8 wins. Yeah.
I think I've been there a long time ago. I think I was there when you guys had the old set a long time ago. It's a really funny game, you guys. You definitely need to check it out. Now, is it the longest running, out of curiosity, is it the longest running event that you guys have had? Because I know it's been on for quite some time now, right?
I think it's tied.
I'd say, yeah, I think it's tied with Hana Live would have been the longest. I think he was our first event.
Crime Time has been on just as long, right?
Crime Time is too, yeah. Yeah,
Those
both
originated
I mean, these are amazing
those
events,
were her
by the way.
ideas way back when.
I remember our first winner was, because I remember it's on we have all of our wall fame winners on our wall, but the first winner was Eagle Lord on December 1st of 2020. So that was our first show.
Eagle Lord.
Shout out to Eagle Lord.
Roz Eagle Lord, first ever.
I'm back, baby. I miss you.
King of Comedy, first of all, iconic. Now, you know, someone else in your group who would say one of the best game show hosts out here is Trippy Hippie over there at the end. He's sitting there quiet, but you know, Trippy Hippie is one of the biggest game show hosts that are out here, you know what I'm saying? Now, Trippy, let's start off with, you know, one of your shows. Let's Play It By Ear, because that's a big one. I've been to that one a couple times. Tell me about the game. How'd you come up with it? And I think, who built the set? Was it Oswin? You built the set, right? So did you guys collaborate on that? Tell me about that process, Trippy.
Let's Play It By Ear originally was hosted by Hano. It was already one of the many kind of shows to get the ball rolling, and then Hano came a bit busy, and then he was like, "We need a host who knows a lot about music." So of course he looked towards me.
You had already
I was
won 3
really-
episodes at that point.
Yeah, I actually won first. I won the first episode.
Before
Let's
you were
Play
part
by
of
ear.
VR Forward.
Yeah, before. Yes, this was all
This was
before.
the obvious takeover.
Yeah, that's right. I was winning all your game shows and
Yeah.
such. You had like the pictures of me on the
That
winning
kind
board.
of sounds
join us
familiar.
at this
I don't know if
point.
y'all know, but Trippy Hippie
Yeah.
is like a
Hostile
6-time winner at
takeover
Chain
indeed.
Reaction. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
Seriously,
He's
he's
the
coming
game
for your
show
job
king.
next.
Love game
he
shows.
might be.
Um,
you this is an amazing game, Trippy. I love now
Yeah.
also done a game in here. Don't trip over your words, which I've done a couple of hosts in the show. I must say. But I love it's really a game as well. But why don't you go tell everyone how you came to this game and really for this as well. So we'll go next and says. Go ahead, Trippy.
So for the set design, Trippy had mentioned we had worked together, and he had mentioned that he wanted to have like a high school auditorium, and so I had just run with that. Oswin had originally put together something, but I had a bit more free time, so I spent a decent amount of time on it. I think this was my second world that I was working on for Altspace. So it's definitely not my best world. I'm currently in conversations with Trippy to revamp this world. So that's something to look forward to now that I know how to do a bit more of the lighting and the shadows. It should look a lot better in just a few weeks. Be on the lookout for a
me,
new set
I mean,
for Don't Trip
I don't
Over
know
Your Word.
anything about building, but I have to say
Over your
this
words.
is really good job, Hunter. I mean, this is amazing. I mean, you really are an amazing world builder. You guys have a lot of talent in VR Forward. I'm noticing just by the talent, the building, and the hosting, and the singing, and everything. It's just amazing. I'm overwhelmed with all the talent. But Trippy, tell everyone how to play Let's Play by Ear, because I don't know if everyone who's been here tonight has actually been to Let's Play by Ear. But what are the rules?
Do you mean Let's Play by Ear or Don't Trip Over Your Words?
Oh, sorry. Don't trip over your words. This one right here. See?
Well,
Yeah,
don't
see,
trip.
I already tripped over my words. Perfect
You
example.
already
Go
tripped over
ahead.
your words. So Don't Trip Over Your Words was kind of like my first ideas when I got into VR Forward. I was like, let's have a trivia-based game show where it's like you versus someone else have to name like certain objects in a category. And once someone slips over or trips over the words, someone gets the opposing point, basically. So it's like, famous movies that Will Smith has been in, so people have to name Will Smith movies until someone slips up, and then it's going and going until we have a winner.
I like, it kind of reminds me of that game back in the day. I don't know if anyone's used to play as categories, where it used to be like you have a category, you got a list of things in that category. Kind of reminds me of that, and I love that you brought it into the metaverse. I think that's amazing. Now, besides game shows, because game shows is a big part of your group, you guys do amazing game shows, I have to say. You guys also do other events. Now, Oswin, a lot of people don't know this about you, but, if I may, disclose this, in your personal life, you're actually a music teacher. So I think that's amazing because one of your passions is music and singing. And for a while, you had an event called Oswin Sings. I remember back in the day. I don't think I've ever actually been to one. I think I had a conflict and I could never make it. But I'm excited because you're actually bringing it back, calling it Club Forte, bringing it back in September. So we're excited for that. So what can we expect from Club Forte?
Yeah, so big difference between Oswin Sings and Club Forte is really I had to take a break from Altspace for a bit while I did some stuff for work because work was starting to turn around with all the COVID stuff. But anyway, I wanted to do more of a vibe where instead of it's like you're in this hall listening to me, I wanted to make it more of a space where it's like you're going to a place with live entertainment. So this is more meant to be like, it doesn't have to be like you're staring at me. You're just having a good time with friends, hanging out, listening to some live music. So you can expect some of that there, just to hang, and then also to listen to some more upbeat stuff. I'm gonna try to do.
Yes. Well, I'm really looking forward to it, but I have to just ask you. I'll be remiss if I didn't ask you if you could, for our audience, just bless our audience tonight. Can you do like just a 10-second sample of what we can expect for Club Forte in September?
Ooh, okay. Yeah,
No
yeah,
pressure.
I'll sing something.
Her on the spot, y'all.
Let's see. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and tell me out, and I'll make your ship there. And yeah, we'll go with that.
Yes! Yes! I was feeling it. I went, oh my God, y'all. Like, look at the emojis going crazy. I'm excited to see what you come up with this week or for Club Forte. I mean, amazing voice. I can see why it's your profession. I mean, you're making money off that voice, okay? But I'm really excited for Club Forte. Now, Honey is actually the one who built this club. Amazing. I love the lighting, Honey. You know I love good lighting. And the lighting is off the chain in this world. And Honey is actually an amazing world builder. You built some amazing stuff, Honey. Now, let's go to Crime Time, because Crime Time is another one of your babies, Oswin. And you worked on that with Arabella, who's not here tonight. But you worked on that with Arabella and also Honey, who made the set. Tell me about Crime Time, because that's been one of your, like you said, longest running shows. And I love the concept of it. Why don't you tell everyone, what is it about?
Ooh, Crime Time. So I love murder. Fun.
Phrasing.
Oh, great phrasing. No, reasons I will never be president. Anyway,
that sound clip right there.
So anyway, I do like listening to true crime podcasts. It's something I've always enjoyed. I love the commentary, and Arabella and I were friends before we had been in a group together, and we were talking about the different crime shows we watch, and we'd listen to the same and talk about it and have this banter about it. And then we were doing that big brainstorming session. We were starting up the flock. One of the things I had put there was crime talk show with Arabella, question mark. And like we were going all the ideas, and she was like, that one, we're doing that. And so that was
people love crime.
We started
They love
it.
a good murder
It is
mystery.
funny.
I mean, they really do.
Yeah. It's so funny people have like a stigma about it, like, oh, it's weird to like it, but like, no, it's so fascinating. And I think there's always something you can learn from hearing about these stories, like precautionary tales, and just they do lend themselves to really good discussion points about other things. So like we've talked about the difference. We just did Gabby, I'm losing the last
Petito?
mommy. Thank you, Gabby Petito. We just did with her case.
Oh yeah.
And we talked about the difference between her online persona and then was really going on in her life. So they lead to different conversations like that as well.
Oh, really
And
good
is this
question and answer
Crime Time,
dialogue.
is it still happening? I mean, if people want to see it, is it still an ongoing show? You guys are taking a break from Crime Time?
The big thing now is just Arabella is she's just very busy lately, so we just gotta make sure we can plan it together. But next time she's available, we're planning on the Pappins. Yeah, that's when we can get it.
Yes,
We're planning the Pappin sisters whenever it is.
No, I remember that you guys were doing the Gabby Petito case when I was actually on vacation, so I missed it. But no, I'm so excited that you guys are bringing this back. I've heard so many good things about it because, a lot of people watched this back in the day, when you guys first started doing events, and then you guys took a little bit of a hiatus, and then you guys brought it back, and I think a lot of people were just really excited for it to come back. So, I'm excited to see what you guys come up with this. Now, Honey, first of all, look at this set. Let's get a round of applause for Honey. I mean, this looks like just an incredible set, like so unique design. I haven't seen any set that looks like this, and it truly is very mysterious in the aura that I'm getting from it. Now, Honey, we're going to, just boast a little bit about Honey, because Honey is an amazing world builder. Now, he's built some amazing worlds. We're going to show, a couple of them right here, starting with the stucco home. Look at the lighting, you guys, on that. That is incredible. Incredible. Now, I will say a lot of people don't know Honey, and if you've seen Honey around, he is nonverbal, so he messages people. Moira, you're going to speak on behalf of him, but do you want to tell us a little bit about, first of all, his maybe why he's nonverbal, and second of all, to the fact of his builds? I mean, how does he get this creativity?
I will wait for him to send me that message so that I will just say
worries.
whatever it is. I don't want to speak for him, but I'm happily
Absolutely, yeah, no,
happy
and we really appreciate, that, first of all, this show, we are very inclusive, like you guys said, in your own group. You guys are very inclusive. I love that you guys are inclusive. We're very inclusive here as well, and this to me, these worlds, you guys, I mean, nothing can stop you. Truly. I mean, no matter what it could be, what disability or what obstacle is in your way, look at some amazing stuff that Honey has created. I mean, nothing has gone in his way, and I'm sure he's been through a lot. I'm sure he's had his ups and downs, but outcome. I mean, look at the amazing creativity and art that he can put out. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that amazes me. I'll pass it back to you, Moira.
Shadow work is absolutely amazing. So my favorite part of all of like his worlds is the lighting and the shadows. I think that's like the trademark when I go into one of his places. It's his signature to me.
Yes. And by the way, this was his second home, and then the second one is the Honey's apartment. Yep.
So I just wanted to go ahead and say, Honey had said that he gets a lot of his inspiration from Pinterest, movies, music video, and architecture books.
Yes. Well, your inspiration, I'm sure, inspires other people too, Honey, because look at this amazing work that you've created. And I have to say, Artsy has given you major props. We had Artsy on a couple weeks ago, and she's given you major props. She gave you props when she was here as well. You guys, Honey is someone who's just going to keep amazing you guys. And you actually created not only these worlds, but you also created Prom, the venue you guys use for prom. Now, Prom is one of your biggest events that you guys had. This is, I believe, the second time you guys had it. You guys had it last year as well. You brought it back this year. Everyone loves it. We actually have a picture of the venue from last year, and then we have a picture of the venue this year that you guys had it at, that Honey created. Now, first of all, who created the first set?
That was me.
Oh, that was
actually...
Okay, so Hunter, why don't you walk me through how you guys came up with the first prom and the idea and how you created the world, and then we'll jump over to the second one.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mood Hunter, a digital product designer by day and VR world building enthusiast by night. So I don't actually know who came up with the idea for VR prom. Do you remember, Moira, Oswin?
Actually, I remember. It was actually the year before that, 2020. So when the first year
before
of
my
pandemic.
time.
Yeah, before your time. Loco, who was one of our original members, who one of our founding members as well. He's not here anymore. He didn't die. He's just not. That doesn't come on Altspace anymore.
Really.
Anyways, him and VR Jen, and I'm really sorry if I'm misremembering that, but they were a part of actually putting it together that first year, and then she didn't want anything to do with Altspace anymore, so Loco had permission to bring it with us, and then we're just continuing it on.
So the originator of the idea. It came back to the fold in 2021. VR Prom is one of those VR forward events that I actually hold near and dear to my heart, even though I wasn't the one to come up with the idea. The reason I was picked to talk about this event is that in 2021, VR Prom was my first opportunity to build a world for the Altspace community to show VR forward what I was capable of as a designer. Now, at time I was dabbling in 3D modeling. I'd created a few small worlds, but never anything worth sharing publicly. And yet, VR Forward members entrusted me with building the world for VR Prom. Little did I know at the time it was going to be one of VR Forward's biggest events of the year, a long shot with over 1,000 unique people attending. Which blows my mind. Like, I work in marketing, and you just don't see those types of numbers at webinars. So me being new to VR Forward and seeing that, like, my mind was blown. 1,000 unique people showing up to any event is super impressive, let alone in the metaverse, right? Everyone on the team was firing on all cylinders for that event, right? I was building the world, my first world, and I was using my background in marketing to sort of help document the event planning, make sure everything went smoothly. Arabella put together the playlist, Honey designed graphics for the event, Moira took care of all of the copywriting and social media. Oswin was our MC for that event. Nicole and Brenton made sure that everybody was socializing and having a good time, as good mods do. And Angel actually decided impromptu become our photographer for the night, which, like, that's not even the best part. So we had great numbers. Everybody was firing on all cylinders. But I think really impressed me most was everyone on the team was committed to figuring out how to make sure we're living our core values, right? We had talked earlier about VR Forward was founded with the intents of creating safe spaces for people of all creeds and colors. Specifically for VR Prom, we knew we wanted to hold a crown ceremony for the main activity, but in my day, crowning ceremonies had a king and a queen or a prince and a princess, but this is 2021, and the world changed, and we're trying to be inclusive, so we had tasked ourselves with the challenge of figuring out how do we make sure that we're being inclusive to people's gender identities. And we had never done this before, so naturally we had to do research, we had to brainstorm, we had to have conversations, figure out how are we going to announce this publicly on social media, how is the MC going to approach this, how are the mods going to communicate when they're explaining things to the attendees. And it took some time to figure out the full user experience for that activity. And that's honestly one of the things that impressed me most about the team in general, right? The commitment to inclusivity, I thought was super impressive. For 2022, we didn't really need to do as much groundwork because we had already done a lot of the groundwork the year before. But with that said, props to Honey, he knocked it out of the park with this world, Enchanted Under the Sea, which was inspired by original Back to the Future film. Still to this day, it's one of my favorite worlds that Honey has ever built. That world is what has inspired me to, like, really step up my game, because I didn't mention this earlier, but I've been doing 3D modeling I've been doing it for quite some time, but he just started 3D modeling not too long ago. I can't think of the exact number, but he has far surpassed me in terms of 3D modeling ability and his knowledge and the creativity that he puts into these worlds. Back to VR Prom. So as for 2023, we haven't started planning VR Prom just yet, but I can almost guarantee we'll be having it again next year. So for audience members, if you're still visiting Altspace in June of 2023, I hope to see you there, because it's a lot of fun.
Yes. Well,
That's it for me
And Hunter,
in terms of VR Prom.
let me just say this. Everybody's got to start somewhere, and you should be very, very proud of your work, because you are very talented. That's more than I could even do, and I'm not even a builder, and I've dabbled in here and there, but I'm going to give up because I don't get the patience for that. So the fact that you even committed to doing that, and like you said, it was your first chance to really prove yourself. I think you proved yourself, and you're sitting here amongst the rest of them today as well, which shows you that, your talent really speaks for you deserve to sit with everybody else on this couch, because you truly are an amazing person. And so was Honey. Honey, you are an amazing world builder. You guys are very amazing. Yeah, more. Want to add something?
Yeah, I just wanted to interject really quick before this gets lost. I don't want his voice to get lost because I missed a message, but he did want. It was very important for me to say for Honey to that it's actually really Oswin to thank, because she forced him to get a laptop, ordered him to do so, and then taught him how to use Unity. So we all started there.
Keeping them accountable, and I like it.
If you remember, we had the October Carnival and we were making it together, and I was like, Honey, you're going to be like the designer. I'll build it. And They were like, move this here, move this there. And I was like, you need to get your own laptop and get to Unity and build creative stuff.
It's
And
only
look
been
how
a
it
year
paid
since he's
Paid
owned
off. Look how it
the
paid off. I mean, amazing.
tech to be
Now,
doing this.
Before we move on from prom, I just want to ask Brenton real quick. So you guys did the second one. What was the preparation like? I mean, were you guys like the day of? Were you guys scrambling around? Can you give us some deets on what was going on the day of?
Usually take a long time in advance to come up with all the ideas and months ahead of time. So we usually come up with, let's say, month we want to do it in, team we want to go with, and yeah, it takes quite a while. So come up with the ideas. Every meeting we might come up with something else that we can add into a list of things that we can add, and if we want to go ahead and go through with it, we'll add that. If we think maybe there's something better, we'll scrap that idea, come up with something new. So it's usually because it's such a large event, we really want to take our time with it. We don't want to rush things. It gives us a lot of time to put it in social so more people can see it. That's one, like I said, or like they said, that's one of VR Forward's babies. So they really want to make sure that they do it right whenever they do the event.
Absolutely, and it paid off because I'm pretty sure all of us. I mean, how many of you guys actually went to prom? Out of curiosity, emojis if y'all went to prom. Yes, because I was prom, it definitely off all the preparation y'all put in. And I see a lot of people in the audience who get emojis in there, so y'all have something to look forward to next year, all right?
I was gonna say we got some
2023.
newbies for next year.
Yeah, so y'all now they're gonna have titles, all right? Because we just talked about it tonight. All right, now well,
Can
you
I
guys
add
have
the
been
promposals?
absolutely.
Promposals that we saw this year.
Yes.
Oh my
Sherwin's
gosh, they're
included.
amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
We
That
went
blew my
across the
mind that
metaverse.
people like went that
Yes.
far. It's great.
We went across the
was
metaverse.
wild.
Listen, there were promposals in Zenith and in VR chat and everywhere in between. All right, so bring it next year as well. We love seeing the
Love it.
promposals. They're so much fun.
Really was
I
the
wish we had a
Absolutely.
video of that. That was amazing.
There probably is a video laying around somewhere. Maybe we'll post that next week. Now, you guys have been recognized not only by me because I'm so happy you guys came on the Tonight Show, but by also
Greatest honor.
Rockadala. You know, Rockadala's got his Walk of Fame, and he does kind of like the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I don't know if you guys have seen it. You know, he's recognized some amazing people and given them stars. That's one of the first ones to receive a star very early on. So, Myra, how does it feel to be recognized by, everybody else in the community for your work?
That was actually a really big honor for us. I think it's really important. As much as like Altspace is great, this platform, it's why we can do what we can do. It's the community that drives this, and it's the community that keeps coming and you guys coming, because who's going to go to empty events and stuff like that. And so and nobody's paying us. Altspace is anyways, it's really up to us, the community, to keep giving voice to other people in the community to keep driving this, just like you and your show is doing. And those stars, we want to say we were like maybe the third or fourth get ours. And it was very clear that from the beginning that Rockadollar was only choosing people, not even people that he was just close friends with. It wasn't like his own personal popularity contest or no, it was very clear that he was listening to the community and doing it for people that were giving back to the community. So it was a really good validation. And we literally still now do meetings every single week. So we are on hour-long phone calls at least once a week, planning everything that we're doing. We run this like a company, everything minus the finances. Those recognitions and hearing other people enjoying what we're doing is the payment, and it's more than enough. It's the reason that we're going on 18 months now. I at least have continued to go to at least 90% of the Star Awards that I can go to, because it's so important to keep the community together.
it really is, and you guys really truly deserve it because putting on events, you guys, is not as easy as just putting on an event. Okay, there's preparation, there's weeks and time and energy and even money sometimes out of your own pocket that is spent on making these things amazing for you guys, right? And we love doing it because that's exactly why we do it in the first place. We want to do it for the community. That's what puts a smile on our face. But to see this, is just like you said, it must make you guys feel amazing, and you guys truly deserve it because it's an incredible honor. Now, before we move on, I just want to say we don't want to neglect all the other events that you guys have done in the past. You guys have done a lot of other events. Now, Angel, you've been a part of a lot of these events. Tell me about some of these events and how they've been so iconic over the years.
Well, I'll start off with the ones that I actually have not been hosting and have actually been watching it since its beginning. Well, except for Hano Live because Hano has been around a lot longer than I have. So when I first joined around through Altspace and I had barely gotten back into my headset, I had seen him performing out in live and just seeing the amount of energy that he can create within a whole crowd was like absolutely mesmerizing. And I always still find myself going back to them each and every single time he does it. And I kind of miss Hano, but I'm certainly glad that he's managed to move on to something greater than this. As for Locos Talking Hour, I was there when he had first started it out, and I felt really glad to be by his side, to help him out as a great friend. So when that was around, I think that only went for like 1 or 2 episodes, if I'm right. How many episodes did it go for again?
Oh no, that was
Did they?
one of
It's on
his
for a while.
flagships.
Went
That
for a bit.
predated VR
Yeah.
Forward. That predated the Flock.
Did
That
it?
was when he was part of Improv
Oh, okay.
VR. It was he renamed it Locos Talking Hour, but it was
That's probably why I didn't
s-
recognize it.
Late Day with Loco.
maybe.
Yeah,
I
it was-
honestly I don't. I really
think it was
can't
called
say,
Late
to be
Night
honest,
with
because it
Loco
was
for a while.
before he was with
Okay.
us. But yeah, that show went on for actually like a good year and a half before I even knew him.
Oh.
Yeah,
Mm.
Something he
so
really loved to do.
Bi-monthly.
So
I think
when
it
he
was
came
so
to
weekly.
the our
Was it?
VR
I don't
forward,
think
the
it was weekly.
flock.
I think it was like bi-monthly.
Yeah,
But
we helped him get it all ready and had him
Hmm.
come up with a name for a new show, but keep the whole process. So
Turned it into segments.
mm,
yeah, so
Streamlined it a bit.
after Locals Talking Hour, think open mic was still running around. So ever since Local had like began to start living, open mic was kind of hard to keep open. So I decided to jump in and start hosting it alongside with Oswin and Trippy Hippie, if I was right. If I'm right, because I keep forgetting sometimes.
Everybody
But yeah, through
posted.
this. Yeah, I think everyone at one point.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it was actually a lot of fun
Not me.
hosting it. Getting to hear the voices of the people. Get them to sing, get them to act. Sometimes there was this one time where I had to tell a bunch of dad jokes just to make someone come up to the stage because I wasn't willing to wait like 5 minutes in silence. Then came hide and seek.
We love good dad jokes.
Yes.
Can you give us one right now?
Well, some people
Put you on the
tend
spot.
to
Have
disagree.
one ready?
Shit.
Can you give us an example?
That's what I want to.
let's hear
Oh
one. Come on.
no. So that's
I was
the
hoping
thing.
you would ask.
That's the thing. To torture some of the people, I had to use Google. I had to use Google for it.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
mean,
so-
these are really iconic events. Like I've been to, open mic. I've been to hide and seek. I think I've been to hide and seek one of them in the past. Now, before we
Oh, it's
wrap, I
fun.
want to just end on this one event. Now, Hunter, you had a big involvement in St. Patrick's Day that happened last
Yeah.
year, and I know March is going to be coming up in a couple months here soon. So,
Yeah.
tell me about St. Patrick's Day. What was that like planning that last year?
So I'm from New York, and we take St. Patrick's Day pretty seriously in New York. I'm also part Irish, and I just like St. Patrick's Day. It's a really fun party for me. I've been celebrating St. Patrick's Day for maybe 10 years, 5 years. I just wanted to create something that looked really cool and looked like it was from a fantasy world. And this event is not nearly as popular as VR Prom, but I still like throwing it. Gets like a third or a tenth of the amount of attendance. It's pretty cool. We have like
That thing was a blowout.
it's pretty cool. Trippy put together a really cool
Being humble over
playlist,
there.
making sure to include like plenty of music from Ireland, lots of modern mixes, including also some modern music. So it's like just Irish folk music. And we also had a scavenger hunt. I had created, you don't see it here, but I had recreated all of the marshmallows from Lucky Charms. And we had scattered them across the entire world, and you had to every single one of them, as well as a leprechaun. And you would submit that onto Instagram, and I think we had a cash prize for that particular event. Yeah, that's a pretty St. Patrick's Day in a nutshell. Yeah.
I love it, and hopefully you guys bring it back again, Mark, because I haven't been to a St. Patrick's Day in the metaverse yet, and this will be my first one. So yeah, and thank you guys again for coming. Our game, because we love playing a game with our guests. Oswin, I'm going to end it with you. How do people stay in the loop when it comes to VR Forward? How do people get to find out what events you guys are putting on and what to expect? People find you guys.
Yeah, the best place to get information about it is our Instagram, which is run by the lovely Moira here. She runs all of our socials and does an amazing job at it. But yeah, that is the best way to probably get in contact with us and see what's going on, is to check out our Instagram. And you might be hearing about some new events coming up soon, like can I say our fall event?
Yeah, we got a few coming.
We're planning.
Well, we also
go ahead.
Also have the '90s house party. It's coming up.
We got a '90s house party
Bringing
coming
that
up
back.
soon.
Okay.
An October carnival coming back. The carnival,
the dark carnival,
back in town.
Excited for that, yeah.
And as
Halloween,
as I know, Sherwin knows actually, we're gonna be starting up a new D&D live play show very soon.
Yes.
So that's gonna be exciting. So if you are a fan of D&D, yeah, come see it. We're doing the Lost Mind of Fandelver campaign, so.
Wow. And I'm new to D&D, y'all, so I'm sure Oswin's going to have to hold my hand a little bit through it, but we're going to make it through together.
It's going to be fun.
I'm excited to be a part of it, so thank you for including me. All right, well, let's get one more round of emojis, y'all, for VR Forward. What an amazing group of people. You guys are truly incredible. Now, before we let you guys go, all right, we love playing games with our guests. So, we come up for you guys. We all want to know inside scoop about who's best at what and most likely to do this and that, right? All right. So as you guys can see in front of you, you have an ice chest full of snowballs. You guys are going to make a circle around it. You're going to have 10 statements, all right? Whoever applies best to that statement, you're going to take a snowball and you're just going to smack them in the head, all right? They deserve it. All right, no, I'm just kidding. But we're going to play that game, all right? Let's see if y'all get into a brawl. Maybe they might not walk out of here friends, you guys. We may not know. All right, so let's get you guys over here around the ice chest.
If we're playing Mario Kart, then we won't be best friends for sure.
Friendships break every time with
to
Mario
the
Kart.
metaverse, our version of it. All right.
Trippy
Y'all
always
arm
beats me in
yourself
Mario
with a
Kart.
snowball. Armed up.
You get close
All right.
to winning.
Here we
I know.
go. With the first statement. All right. Here we go. Starting with most likely to talk a lot. All right.
Oh, honey for sure.
It's talkative.
Let's see those
Everybody's throwing out honey. I think it's a little bit of a. Okay,
Oswin.
Trippy, you threw it at Oswin. Why'd you pick Oswin, Trippy?
Husband's usually the one to, be in charge. We listen to her probably the most out of all meetings, I would say.
The only real adult
Nice.
around.
Well, that's a good thing because hey, if you talk a lot but people are listening, that's even better. All right, so that's a good trait right there. All
She
right.
keeps us in line.
Now let's go on to question 2.
Yeah, that's it. It's the teacher.
Everybody
voice.
get a snowball. We're moving on to question 2. Here we go. All right. Most likely to be late to a meeting. I'm sure you guys have plenty of VR Forward meetings. Angel threw that one right at Brenton.
Like never been late to a
Angel,
single meeting. I don't know what you're talking about.
Tell us why
Brenton.
you're throwing 3 or 4 of them at Brenton.
Okay.
I've known him for quite a long while, and I've actually grown close to be a friend with him. So I know for sure that he's almost always late for a meeting. So that's all right.
If I show up.
You guys want to know something about
Super late.
Brenton?
So late. In fact, we're still waiting for him to show up to one.
You know what? I'm gonna let the VR Forward crew in on a little secret about Brenton, okay? Because the other day, I actually had given Brenton a message to take to a meeting for you guys. He said you guys had a meeting coming up. I said, well, when is the
Funny.
meeting? He said last night. All right, so now it makes sense. All right, moving on to question 3.
Accurate.
Question 3. It says, most likely to become famous. Ooh, this one's a good one. Ooh, people are throwing it at Honey. Austin, Trippy. Austin, why throw yours at Trippy? It's a studio.
Trippy is an amazing host. Like he's just a great host. I personally think also if you know any trivia, Trippy knows all the trivia. Like he's gonna go on Jeopardy and he's gonna win one day and be famous. I'm telling you.
He definitely will. When you go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you better share that million with everybody else in the metaverse. Just saying. All right, going on to question 4. Most likely to start their own company. Ooh. Moira's getting hammered with some snowballs. She threw yours at Moira?
Started more than a few.
Who did you throw your snowball at?
I threw it at Moira.
Why'd you say Moira, Trippy?
She runs our Instagram so well that I feel like she just could run her own business, you know?
Nice. I actually think Moira's a great fit. All right, you better hire her.
I've run a
Moira,
few of my own companies.
Nice. All right, moving on to question 5. Most likely to survive a zombie apocalypse? Well, this is a good question. Ooh, they're stuck on this one. They're really thinking, they're throwing out Honey. Brenton. Brenton, why do you think Honey's going to survive?
I think me and Honey would make an amazing Italy team.
Yes, well, we might need to take Honey to after the fall and see if he can survive that zombie apocalypse. All right, question 6.
Get hiding.
Let's see what question
Super
6
quiet.
is. Most likely to win the lottery. Ooh, who got the luck in the group? Oh. Hunter, who you throwing yours at?
I'm throwing it at Nicole.
Why are you saying Nicole?
I just feel like she gets lucky sometimes. I don't know. I just,
All right, Nicole.
I totally
lucky one
disagree
in the
with that,
group.
but thank you.
Yeah, well, she's also had some pretty bad luck recently, so I feel like she could use the good luck.
Yes, but let's
I don't know if that answers the question or is the anti-answer, but we'll take it. All right. Question 7. Most likely to break the law. Ooh, who's doing illegal stuff out here in these meta streets? Oh, throwing his straight at Hunter.
It's legal in this state.
It's legal in this state.
Moira, who you throwing yours at? Moira, you better explain.
Well, it's legal in most states, at least decriminalized.
Most states.
All right, well, y'all know what they're talking about. Okay, moving on to question 8.
If I am in this headset, I am stoned.
This is a
Not
family
one of
show,
y'all
but I
have
think we know
ever had
what-
a
we know what's
conversation
going
with me
on.
not stoned. None of y'all.
Yes, it is legal in California, y'all, just so you know. Okay. All right, question 8. Most likely to break their Oculus, which I don't know why I put Oculus, I should put a MetaQuest.
Angel's
Like
broken
Angel.
her before, right?
Angel just
how
broke
many
her.
Oculuses have you gone through?
Actually, no. So aside from this, I go before. And I bought
okay.
this
They're
Oculus
never
Quest 2 with my
working.
own money, so I've already had this. Like
My
this was
headset's
before it
glitching right
became
now.
MetaQuest 2, so
Been up and down.
this is an old headset.
All right. Okay, so she's only gone through a couple. Not
Switching.
bad. And you haven't broken any of them, so that doesn't really. We haven't broken any of them. Sounds like not bad, Angel. All right, question 9. We're almost done here. Most likely to mediate a situation. Who's the peacemaker in the group? Oh, Oswin. All right, Oswin.
I just walked it into
Oswin,
your
you consider
face.
yourself a peacemaker?
Yeah. I mean, I deal with children all day, and like the whole like Johnny poaching,
Not just us.
like
Yes.
You mediate these situations going on here in these meta streets, you know what I'm saying? All right, and question 10, most likely to break the internet. All right, that's a pretty ambiguous one, so whatever y'all can think of that, maybe you might need to explain your answer. Was throwing hers right at Trippy. Oh, you want to explain yourself? Why are you throwing yours at Trippy?
Well, he's my best friend, so I know he would break the internet because, well,
Well,
I
my
know what
internet's
he
been
does.
broken
It's a
in a
compliment.
while.
His internet's already broken, actually. So
Yeah, my
he
internet's
broke
already
the
broke.
internet. Literally.
We had some
broke the
technical,
internet.
some technical issues at our last. Don't trip over your
All
words.
right. Well, thank you all so much for playing. Let's give them a round of emojis for VR4 playing this game. Now let's get you guys back on
I
your
win.
chairs.
I win.
Come on back.
I win. I win.
Come on back for one more question. Guys, you guys know I love these games. These games are fun, and I think a lot of people in the audience got to really know some of the inside scoop on VR Forward, which is amazing. So thank you guys so much for playing. Now, before I let you guys go, what we like to do towards the end of our show is we like to leave the audience with a message or any kind of lesson you want them to learn from tonight. Now, I know there's a lot of you guys. What we'll do instead is maybe we'll just go down the line. You can either say what you're hopeful for in the future with VR Forward, or what you're excited about, or anything you just want to leave with the audience tonight. So just maybe a couple words here and there. Let's start with you first, Oswin, and let's go down the line.
Just do it. That's my advice I would leave to anybody who's interested in doing something. Just do it. You know?
Yes.
Better hope that Nike doesn't sue you for that.
Stole
I
that
was
from
gonna say,
somewhere.
this is not a paid advertisement by Nike.
Plagiarized.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
Most likely to break the law.
Or a quick sponsorship message.
Would have thought.
Beep. Will always
definitely
think like I
do it.
need this
Literally
to be
breaking laws
ready.
on
You
the show.
don't. Just if you want to do a show, go for it. Like have fun. You know.
Absolutely.
Your life is short.
What's the worst that'll happen?
Awesome.
Cartoons will make fun of you.
Oh no, not the tune. Sorry.
I got nothing. Hey, what would you like me to say? It's from both of us.
Yes.
Give me some
Moira
wise
ran
words,
out of
damn
words.
it. What a way to start. I'm excited to
Wise
make
words
cool
from
worlds.
Honey.
See the events my friends put on. Honey agrees with
Aw.
me on that statement
Aw.
that I made up all by
You know,
myself.
by yourself.
I'm jumping couch to give a hug.
Moira's the best with the words.
Yes.
All right.
I love the
Sorry, I'm
camaraderie
going back to my couch.
between this group. It's amazing. Nicole, what about you?
I would just say that pretty much just to continue to just be kind to everyone because everyone's always going through something, and these are real people in here, and get all use a friend. So live it up and have some fun.
Love that. Yes. Trippy, what about you?
Bouncing off of what just Nicole just said. Yeah, be yourself. Be weird. Be unique. Show best you can be for everyone. You know, just have fun. You know.
Absolutely. Love that. Brenton, how about you?
Reason we came up with VR Forward was, like she said, everyone to be inclusive. So I do agree with their statement. Kind, involve others. People come up here to escape stress, and the other thing I wanted to say is VR is a place to get away from reality, right? Don't come up here and get stressed out when you can come up here and have fun. Go on VR to have fun with it. And don't come up here to get stressed.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Brenton. Angel, what about you?
Yeah, when I actually first started in VR, I was actually in a foster home, so I had barely, not even a chance to go onto the internet and use it much. So I had to be sneaky when I went onto Altspace. But now that I'm finally out from there and finally, working my own life, I feel like that you shouldn't give up on the dreams that you've had since you were little. Just start trying to chase them up because you never know when someone's actually going to need those sort of skills with you.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate that. And what about you, Hunter? Close us off with your notes.
Oh, I mean, I'm really just stoked to be here. Happy to be part of this team. Sorry, my headset's glitching. I keep bouncing up and down. What I would say is, like, if I just wanted to build worlds, do that in The Sims, do that on other platforms, but, like, these worlds would be incredibly empty without all of you. yeah, super lonely. So thank you all for showing up, and I hope to see you at more of our events and more of Sherwin's events. And it's great to be part of this community.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get
all
one
those
more
words,
round
too.
of applause for VR Forward. Thank you guys so much again for coming on. Let me give you all some hugs and let me walk y'all back off stage. Thank you guys again for coming on. Oswin, thank you so much.
Thank you, Sherwin.
Yes.
Awesome.
Moira, thank
Yeah, that was
you.
so fun.
Honey, thank you for coming. Nicole, yes. Steve, yes. Preston, yes. Angel. Yes, lots of hugs. Hunter, thank you guys again. Thank you guys for coming out. Yes. One more round of applause, y'all. Nice. That's me. Out with some closing thoughts. Now, I'm gonna start with you first, DJ. You've been quiet up there in the corner, so I know you've been holding in some closing thoughts. How you feel about tonight?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know me. I love this show. I always say this. I'm not just a DJ. I'm also audience here and love it. The content and everything. But the keyword that I took, honestly, is being inclusive. I mean, we come definitely what said. It was just bang on. It just come here, have fun, enjoy, just hang out with your friends, and lots of these people. You know, everybody here is here to have fun. Be respectful, enjoy it, have fun, and just a good experience. We're all here. If you have any questions? There are lots of good people around you. Reach out. You're not alone. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. I love that message. Thank you for sharing that, DJ. You know what? I have to agree with you completely. And one thing I loved about VR Forward is their emphasis on inclusion and diversity. Because I think sometimes we forget, we live in a world where, especially with the Oculus, we're all in avatars, but we forget, about people in their headsets. They're real people. They're going through real stuff. They've got backgrounds. We're all different. And I love how VR Forward has just never shied away from embracing their inclusion and their diversity. You see how amazing each and every single one of them are. Like, they all are talented and amazing in their own way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not even comparable to one another because of how amazing they are individually. So my closing thought is just be yourself, because you see how each one of these people were just themselves. Be yourself. That's going to take you a long way, and people will support you and love you if you're just yourself. Thank you again to VR Forward for coming out. Amazing guests. Thank you all for coming out as well. DJ Vaditron, shout out to you. Blue Moon, City Girl, Austin Guy, Stovert, who always surprises us with our videos. And Soul G, happy birthday to you as well. Now, next week, have the legendary, the voice of the West Coast, Nancy Fletcher, is going to be on the Tonight Show. Now, y'all remember Nancy Fletcher was actually on our first episode with Soul G. Now she's coming back with her own episode. We're going to talk about Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, everyone that she's worked with. She's got so much to talk about. So we gave her own show, and it's next week at 10. Make sure y'all come out. Shout out to everybody. Thank you guys again, and have a great Wednesday night. Be safe, everyone. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Stay behind so we can take a picture, do a picture at the end, like in 2 seconds. And don't forget,